Hi, my name is Amy Osset-Roan, and I am coming to you from my living room today as it is too rainy to sit outside on the back porch with you to bring you my tiny tip. So this week what I want to talk to you about is how to find inspiration with your photography. So this is something that you can do whether you've been doing photography for a long time or it's something that you're just starting and you kind of need some inspiration on how you can go and capture some photographs that make you excited about taking your camera out. So one of the first things that you can do sometimes, just like nature is very healing for us in general, it can also provide great inspiration for your photography. So grab your camera, go outside and take a walk, whether that's a walk in your yard, if it's a walk in your neighborhood, if you take your camera, you put it in the car and you drive it to a park and you take it on an adventure at the park, that's fine too. But just go outside with your camera and take a walk. And as you're walking, you're going to want to look for things that catch your eye, things that are maybe interesting. You can look for leading lines, you can look for light and shadow, you can look for little tiny things, you can look for things to make silhouettes with and things like that. So there's lots of things that you can do when you go out and take a walk to find something inspiring to take a photo of. The other thing that you can do is to try to learn a new technique. So maybe you've always wanted to try night photography. Maybe you want to try doing some things with a slow shutter speed. Maybe you want to try to do some high key images or some low key images, where like the high key images are things that are really, really bright, and then the low key are more the dark and you're catching the light on the shadow or the light on the contour of things. Those can both be really, really interesting things to photograph. The other thing that you can do when you photograph things, you're always looking in front of you. You're looking around you, you're looking in front of you, you're looking where you're going, and you're trying to see something that's interesting that catches your eye. So one of the things that you can do is as you've caught something, or as I should say, something has caught your eye, take a photo of that and then look behind you. Turn around and see what you can see. I can't tell you how many times, especially with the sky, or if there's a storm or things like that, where I've been taking a photo of one thing, and then you turn around and you're just like, oh, I didn't see that was happening back there, and it's a really cool thing. So look behind you, look up. Is another thing you can do. You can focus on looking down. You can look to your left. You can look to your right. Just take in the whole scene to see what you might be missing by just looking forward. So those are a few of the things that you can do. And so now I'm going to share with you, just on a personal note, for my own self, something that I'm going to be doing this weekend. Well, actually on Monday. To kind of push myself and make things interesting, I'm going to be taking a little trip, and I'm going to visit a place called Assateague Island. It's also near Chincoteague Island, and it's a place off the coast of Virginia where there are wild ponies. And I went there when I was a kid. I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and I had read stories about Misty of Chincoteague and Paul and Maureen Beebe and Grandma and Grandpa. And it was a story that, true story that happened in the 50s and 60s. And Marguerite Henry wrote the book. And my parents took me there when I was, like I said, 13 or 14 years old. And I got to see where, Grandma and Grandpa Beebe were buried there on Chincoteague. And it was just a really special place. And so I've got the opportunity to go back again. And so because I took all of my Canon equipment in, I had a great 100 to 400 lens. or 100 to 300, I don't know. It was a big long lens where you could really zoom up and catch everything. I don't have that with my Fuji yet. I'm still investing in all of my new glass for that. And so I was going to rent one, and then that wasn't going to work out time frame wise. And so I thought, well, I have this. I have this Nikon film camera, and I have a 70 to 300 lens for it. So even though it's film, um, I'm really excited to try it out and use it. When I go to Assateague and take pictures of the wild ponies and the wildlife and the birds that are there. So for me, that's what I'm doing. To kind of find inspiration. And the fun thing is, when you look on the back, you can't see or try to make adjustments. So you have to really, look at all your camera settings and then try to figure out, how you want to do it, and then, take a photo. And so anyways, that's my personal project, is to go and take photos of the wild ponies with the film camera. And I guess I will have to keep you updated on how all that turns out. So if you've enjoyed today's tiny tip on finding inspiration, and you end up taking a walk, or you end up trying a new technique, or you happen to turn around and find something behind you that's really cool, please feel free to reach out and share that with me. You can reach me at ossettimages.com, and I look forward to hearing all about your adventures with your camera. So until next time, I will see you later. Have fun.